Maddie is pining for Pyle after their breakup and can't seem to control himself. As he takes help from all their mutual friends to get in touch with her again, he learns more about her. Pyle playfully records a video of Maddie when they're living together. He thinks they should get married, so she lights a fire in the dustbin to perform a ceremony, as per Indian rituals. At present, Maddie is taken to the hospital after swallowing a lot of disinfectant. He tries to convince his friend, Vinay, that he drank it by mistake, but no one believes him. His younger sister Koyal is panicking. She doesn't believe that he did it by mistake and wants to make sure it doesn't happen again. She asks Maddie to pack his bags and shift to their house. After 6 weeks of Payal leaving him, Koyal doesn't want him to live alone. When Maddie drops by the house, he gets distracted by a note. He picks up an origami bird in their house and remembers the first time he saw one in college. On their first day, Maddie looks up from the bird and finds Payal throwing them. Since she's in class, he shows his name to her. When he asks about her name, she gestures to her anklet to let him know that she's Payal. With just one meeting, Maddie seems sure he wants to marry her. Vinay thinks that a gorgeous woman like her will never fall for him. Payal walks straight towards Maddie and asks him for directions to the library. He points somewhere far away so he can take her there on his bike. When it doesn't start, he drags the bike to the library with her sitting on it. When he asks her to thank him for the ride, she gives him a 20 rupee note for the fare. Maddie is almost insulted until he notices her number on the note. He keeps following her around college and assures her that he's serious about starting a relationship with her. It's Payal's first time in Ahmedabad, so she wants to make sure she has more options. Maddie is offended that she doesn't want something serious. He still agrees to a casual relationship. In the present, Koyal scolds Maddie for thinking about Payal at dinner time. His father asks her to calm down and lovingly looks at a photo of his late wife. Koyal asks Maddie to think about their father and get his life together. She thinks Maddie should forget about Payal and show him how different they are. She thinks of Payal as a spoiled diva who has never been serious about what she wants. When Maddie rejoins the office, everyone seems worried about him swallowing the disinfectant. Their colleague Devika shows a lot of concern and thinks Payal doesn't deserve him. When she tries to flirt with him, Maddie pretends that he's gay to get away. Their boss Ramalingam is excited about Maddie's presentation for building a township in the Mumbai suburbs. They have worked on this presentation for 2 years, but Maddie gets distracted when he sees Ricky. While presenting, Ricky tries to mess with Maddie and asks him to repeat the whole presentation. Maddie gets irritated and walks out. Maddie knows they won't get this deal because he has known Ricky since his college days. He remembers the time he got into a fight with Ricky in college. Maddie in the past feels angry at Ricky for teasing Payal. It turns out that Ricky was Payal's ex and followed her to Ahmedabad from Delhi. Maddie gets pissed when he learns that Payal broke up with Ricky 2 days after he proposed to her. He calls her a cheater and gets angry. In the present, Maddie talks to his turtle about how everyone misunderstands Payal. Ricky is in the cubicle next to him and shows him a photo of the dog Payal gifted him. He brags about Payal calling him after she broke up with Maddie. He suggests that Maddie should call her but knows that he doesn't have Payal's new number. He knows Maddie doesn't even know why she left him. He also knows about the disinfectant incident and suggests that Maddie must be in therapy. When he calls Payal a cunning woman, Maddie locks him in the bathroom. Vinay reminds Maddie that they can't treat their client like that. Vinay also wants him to start fighting the world for a woman who left him after living with him for 5 years. Vinay wishes their relationship had ended in college the first time they broke up because of Ricky. Many years ago, Vinay desperately tried to wake Maddie up on the day his parents were coming over. He is drunk and asleep, so he tries to hop balconies to get to him. Their friend, Aniket, decides to help by distracting Maddie's parents. He stalls them because Maddie has been consistently drunk since his breakup with Payal. Vinay manages to enter Maddie's room and tries to get him ready for his parents. Aniket takes Maddie's parents to his room, but they don't understand why he's so sleepy. His friends pretend that he has been studying a lot till a lot of alcohol bottles come out in front of them. Payal dresses up as a character from a film to help Maddie with his parents. She pretends she's Pero, the lover of Devdas, and that they're both preparing for a play. His friends also get a chance to pretend that Maddie is method acting with the alcohol bottles. When Maddie's mother asks them to show the play, Payal plays along. Payal has no idea about the dialogue, and Maddie keeps falling everywhere on stage. When Maddie comes to his senses, he scolds Payal for wanting a casual relationship. Vinay informs him about his parents in the audience, so Maddie somewhat composes himself. He still lets Payal know that he has loved her from the first time he saw her. He thinks no one will ever love her like he does. When his parents are about to leave, his mother thinks Maddie is lucky to have a girl like Payal. When Maddie confesses his love for Payal again, she agrees to a serious relationship with him. On the last day of their college, Maddie and Pyle are still in love and very happy. As they hook up in the car, Maddie is worried about what will happen after they graduate. Because of that, Pyle drops the idea of going to Paris so she can move to Mumbai with Maddie. Her friend Shweta thinks she's making a rash decision, but Tina supports her. They learn that Pyle hasn't even slept with Maddie yet, but she plans to do it that night. They find a house to rent and lie to the landlord about being married. From that point, it's all happy memories for the couple. As she watches him sleep, she knows she loves him too. In the present, Maddie knocks on Shweta's door to get Pyle's new number. He needs to know why Pyle is ignoring him after being together for so long. Shweta seems to know that Pyle has moved on and asks Maddie to do the same. When he doesn't budge, she invites him in. When he asks her for something to eat, she hopes he can take care of her son in the meantime. As she's busy in the kitchen, Maddie does his best to make the child cry so he can distract Shweta. When he succeeds, he sneaks into the kitchen and takes Pyle's new number from Shweta's phone. He calls Pyle from a bus and admits that he misses her a lot. Pyle seems happy with her move to Delhi and asks if he has any girlfriends. When she discusses how much she misses all her friends, he realizes that he's not special to her. He hides in a cupboard alone, which reminds him of the time his mother passed away. In the past, he cried with Pyle, who comforted him. Pyle comes over to his place and watches Maddie's father talking to him about bank work. Koyal confronts Pyle and warns her against ever breaking her brother's heart. Maddie's father gives Pyle a bracelet that belonged to his mother. On their way back, Maddie asks Pyle to promise that she'll never leave him like his mother did. The present-day Maddie knows he might have to move on from Pyle. Varun suggests he should hook up with Devika, who seems to like him. He thinks it'll be great if Maddie can snap some pictures to make Pyle jealous. Vinay calls Devika without warning Maddie and sets up a date for them. They spend the night and seem awkward in the morning. Maddie regrets the night but shows Vinay the photos he took with Devika. Vinay snatches the phone to take it from him and thinks Maddie should send them to Pyle. Maddie chases Vinay to get his phone back, but Ramalingam finds them. He's excited because Ricky's dad, Rakesh Ahuja, has given them the contract they wanted. Everyone congratulates Maddie and Vinay for their hard work. As someone snaps their group photo from Vinay's phone, Maddie notices his chats with Ricky, where he has sent him Devika's picture. He learns that Ricky sent these photos to Pyle, which is why his father gave them the deal. He gets mad at Vinay and starts beating him up. He then realizes that Ricky needs to show the photos to Pyle because she must still love him. He books a flight to Delhi and arrives at Pyle's place. He has learned that Pyle is marrying Ricky and wants to know where it's happening. He ignores Koyal's warnings and leaves a message for Tina. Maddie feeds the turtle Milka and remembers the last time he forgot to do that. When Pyle and Maddie are still living together, he hosts a screening of a cricket match. Pyle comes back angry from work and changes the channel. She's mad that he didn't feed Milka and scolds him for not caring about what he eats. In the present, Maddie meets Roger while trying to get food for Milka. He shares his story with Roger, whose girlfriend also married someone else right after breaking up with him 2 years ago. Tina agrees to meet Maddie but asks him to understand that Pyle doesn't want him at the wedding. Maddie still thinks Pyle loves him, but Tina asks him to remember the day they fought about Milka again. As per Tina's version, Maddie was very rude to Pyle that day. Maddie refuses to believe that he mistreated Pyle, but Tina remembers a version where their fights kept getting worse. Maddie thinks Pyle initiated the fights but believes it was just a phase. He's ready to be with Pyle again and begs Tina for the wedding address. When she doesn't give it to him, he destroys the items in her shop. He shares the story with Roger and how he's hoping to get another chance with Pyle. When Roger asks how they broke up, Maddie remembers that they were fighting a lot every day. Maddie thought things would be better if they went to Goa. That morning, Maddie asks Pyle to hurry for their flight. He notices her haircut and that she's talking to Ricky a lot. He thinks she has changed and keeps finding reasons to fight. He is tired of trying to make things work and breaks up with her outside the airport. He goes back in the cab, but instantly regrets his actions. He runs back to the airport to find her, but she's gone. When he comes back home, she's not there either. After that, no one knows where she is for a long time. Roger decides to take him somewhere everyone goes to heal a broken heart. Roger is part of a band that is bonded over heartbreak. Since Maddie still wants another chance, his new friends urge him to go to Ahuja's office to learn about the venue. Roger knows that if they convince Ramalingam that Ahuja is canceling their deal, he will ask Maddie to visit the office. With that appointment, Maddie easily gains entry into the office. Ahuja is frustrated about attending a meeting so close to his son's wedding. Maddie claims he's there to offer Ahuja a discount on the deal. He also asks for the wedding venue address so he can send a gift. Ahuja seems happy about the deal and asks Mrs. Chaturvedi to give Maddie the wedding card. Mrs. Chaturvedi assumes that Ahuja wants Maddie to have sweets, so she brings them over. Maddie spots Payal under the office and chases after her car for a distance. He comes back to Roger and his friends frustrated and rants about Laliram sweets. Payal calls him and asks why he was chasing her that day. He talks to her like he did when they were living together. She asks him to go back to Mumbai because she's getting married in a day. She is mad about him abandoning her at the airport that day when she left everything for him. Ricky snatches the phone from her and asks Maddie to stay away. The owner of Lalaram Caterers happens to be Roger's friend's friend, so he gets the address for Maddie. They all head towards the destination wedding venue. Roger suggests they should pretend to be band members to crash the wedding. It all goes well till the actual band members complain to Ahuja about some imposters being on a boat. Maddie soon starts fighting with Ricky and creates a lot of commotion. Payal slaps Maddie for misbehaving and seems to be interested in marrying Ricky. She even submerges their turtle in the lake. Maddie gets arrested, but Koyal bails him out. At the airport, Maddie checks Koyal's bag for some money so he can buy something to eat. When he notices his mother's bracelet, he knows that Koyal met Payal secretly. He feels like everyone is lying to him and doesn't understand why. Koyal finally admits that Payal doesn't have too much time. Payal learned about her terminal illness the day Maddie's mother passed away. Around that time, Maddie freaks out about losing Payal when they get into a small accident. Payal watches with helplessness as Maddie informs everyone that he can't live without her. After that, Payal keeps finding reasons to fight with Maddie so he will hate her and break up with her. She ropes in all the friends and Koyal in her plan to keep Maddie away from her. Koyal knows it's for Maddie's best if he stays away from her. Maddie learns that Payal is flying to London that day and stops her. Since she has 5 months to live, he offers to buy her time with the note she gave him in college. After that, Maddie is with Payal through every tough phase of her sickness. He keeps tending to her even if he feels afraid of losing her. Payal keeps trying to chill with Maddie's friends, and they even get married in a ceremony at home. When Payal knows that her end is near, she asks him to move on. She finally breathes her last in his arms.